So friends, whatever the questions left from the day one, it might be regarding the science of meditation, or it might be regarding whatever your experiences, clarifications, or any questions regarding the subjects we have discussed. So we'll take off all the questions today.
You said that you should reduce to 2 meals. Then actually I got a tremendous gastric problem. So in that case, can I have breakfast like light, like anything?
Madam, as long as you are drinking plenty of water, you will not have gastric problem. Okay, if you are not consuming sufficient water, then the problem comes. Okay, so instead of eating meal, you substitute with salads, fruits, and drink plenty of water. There is no place for gastric. Problem is in the mind. Okay, I've been doing these physical retreats for many years. People from all over the world, they come and join. People who have severe illness and who have a certain problems, digestion problems, food allergies for their whole life, 20 years, 30 years, they come to this and they get healed. No complaints whatsoever. So where there is a will, there is a way. The problem is in the mind. You think that and that manifests because your thoughts are so powerful. The most important point to remember is you drink plenty of water and take more juices, eat more fruits. There is no place for gastric, trust me.
And one more question, sir. Small question. Actually, today you are discussing about the silence. So I got my mother-in-law is old, so she want to communicate. Like, so what shall I do for that?
You inform her. You inform her that you are going into silence, and if at all there is emergency and she needs your assistance, yes, give a little concession for yourself that you will listen to her, and you can, if she is illiterate, you can write down and communicate to her, or she cannot read, you have to speak, then you speak. Emergency cases, of course, you have to attend. You can practice a hybrid silence where only with your mother-in-law, because it is an emergency, you have to speak. So only to her you speak. The rest of the time you are silence. You are not speaking to anybody else. So you can follow this hybrid model if you are living in a family where you are compelled to speak because of certain emergency. Practice the hybrid model. So the point is you are practicing. That is important.
I'm from Delhi. So my question is, so while sitting in cross-leg position, I'm getting sort of tingling, numbness and pain after about 15 minutes. So I'm using a chair. So over the chair, I cannot sit in a cross-leg position. Is it okay?
You don't need to sit in lotus posture as long as your feet is crossed. You can sit on a chair or a sofa as long as your feet is crossed, that is fine. And if you're not used to sitting on the floor, then you should not trouble your body. You can sit on the floor or sofa. In my entire journey, because I was in Australia at the time and it was cold weather, so I sat on a sofa. All my sadhana happened on a sofa.
So I can sit on the chair and the feet need to be crossed.
Yes.
And regarding interlocking the fingers, is it essential to interlock the fingers like this, or I can just put the palm over one palm over the other?
Interlocking. It should be interlocked.
Okay, so the Buddha position is actually interlocking the fingers.
Did you see Buddha?
No, I have not seen what I have seen in the images only.
Yes, this is the science of meditation. So when you cross your feet and clasp your hands, your energy, your body bioenergy is conserved. There is a science behind everything. Okay, this is called a lock posture. In this posture, you get maximum stability and there is no leakage of energy from your body. So in this lock posture, it has to be locked.
And you have told to keep your body still. So sometimes if I get an irritation or itching while meditating, so it distracts me. So in that situation, I can just mildly take my hand and scratch it. Is it okay?
Yes. So this is also very important. You have to understand that if your legs are feeling numb, you can stretch your legs and get back to the crossed posture. Legs you can stretch, but these fingers should not be removed, because when you remove these fingers, when you open this lock, you lose a lot of energy in the middle of meditation. So this finger should be always locked. If you're feeling itchy, you can do like this. but don't remove it. Okay, legs you can stretch if it is really needed, but fingers should be always remain in the lock.
Regarding background music, so there is a binaural beat, you know it. So can I use that binaural beat?
Any music which you feel comfortable, any music which will calm you is okay. Instrumental, it's fine. Any music, it's fine. But the music should be melodious. But normally I prefer classical instrumental music, but it is your choice.
Classical instrumental means mostly flute music.
Flute, violin, tabla, any instrumental you like, but it should be slow and melodious. It cannot have high beats. If you're having high beats, then it will disturb you. It should be melodious.
I have learned so many techniques of meditation, and I found transcendental meditation to be best suited for me. And this meditation is actually very more close to transcendental meditation.
You are absolutely wrong, sir. Transcendental meditation means you are repeating a certain mantra continuously. Whenever you say a mantra, you are losing energy. You are using your mind. To say a mantra, you need to use your mind. Without using your mind, you cannot say a mantra. And the very purpose of meditation is to empty the mind. So, Anapanasati meditation is totally opposite to mantra, to visualizations, to anything. I have practiced transcendental meditation for 3 years. I know what is transcendental meditation. I know when you practice transcendental meditation, your mind goes into a subtle calm state. You feel certain peace and calm, but transformation will not be there. Unless you empty the mind, you cannot experience transformation in your life. So you might say, sir, for me, this meditation is good. I feel it is best. Then you follow it. Nobody is stopping you. There's always a good, better, best. You have to follow your own. But since I have practiced many techniques and I know what is good, better, best for me, so you have all the freedom to do whatever you want. But if you want to understand the science of meditation, you have to experiment. So since you have already done transcendental meditation, now you are in a better position to experiment Anapanasati meditation. So Anapanasati meditation is simply no thought. The purpose, the goal is empty mind. No mantras whatsoever, no visualization whatsoever. Some people, they close the eyes and they visualize the energy flowing and opening. Their heart is expanding. They are radiating the love. They are having that gratitude energy, or the energy is going through the chakras and the chakras are coming into balance. All these are using the mind, visualizations. Of course, everything has its own benefits. Everything has its own benefits. I'm not putting down any technique. Every technique has its own benefits, but that is not meditation. Mantras has its own benefits. You can use mantras to cleanse the space around you. Mantras are a very great benefit. You chant Om mantra, the space around you is cleansed, and your mind also gets into a certain higher vibration. Mantra has its own benefits, but that is not meditation. Meditation means empty mind. Visualization is very good for manifestation. You want to feel, you are feeling little emotionally agitated. You want to get back into a space where you are feeling calm. Then use the visualization to feel the heart expanding, to feel the gratitude energy going, radiating. That has its own benefit, but that is not meditation. Okay. So no mantras, no visualization.
Sir, actually, you said that when we meditate, we should not have any expectations. But then why do we, do sankalpa meditation or
that is all absolutely wrong. No sankalpa meditations. Let me explain you a little bit about sankalpa. Sankalpas are nothing but your intentions. Sankalpa is nothing but your intentions, your desires. The more you meditate, the more you get cosmic energy, the more naturally all your necessary desires gets fulfilled naturally. But if you have a certain sankalpa before meditation, you can do this practice, like, you need some clarity. You need some clarity in a particular situation. So you can just release a thought before meditation saying, okay, I need clarity. It is like a prayer, you can just do this prayer, or you can release a thought before meditation that I need some clarity. and then release the thought and forget about it, completely forget about it. And then you close your eyes. And the moment you close your eyes, your focus is only on the breath and empty mind. That you can do. But you cannot have a sankalpa dana, okay, I want to manifest this, I want this to be fulfilled. And don't have that desire, and in that process, don't mix meditation. Then what is the difference between you going to the temple or church or mosque and praying, I need this, I need that? You are just replacing. You're replacing religion with meditation. That's all. That's absolutely wrong. Meditation is not for asking anything. Okay, don't use meditation as a business practice. You go to temple and say, I need this, I need that. If I do this, if I get this, I'll do that in return. This is the deal you are making in the temple or in the church. So in meditation, there is no deal. In meditation, there's only realization. No sankalpa dhyanas. Of course, you can make an intention before meditation. Before meditation, you can make an intention or you can do a prayer that I need certain clarity. But don't expect that clarity in the meditation. That is important. That clarity you might come in the wakeful state. You might get a clarity when you're speaking with your friend, or you might get a clarity in your dream state. You might get clarity at any point of time in your life, but don't expect the answers during that meditation. That is no expectations. Don't expect answers in that meditation process. That is very important. If you're expecting, then you are no more in meditation. You are stuck in the mind level.
And you said we should practice non-violence, or we should not eat meat and we should not kill animals. And but when we kill pests, there are cockroaches, ants, and spiders, and we kill them. So how do we get rid of karma or whatever? When we kill these animals,
do more good karmas. For example, ants are coming and trying to take over your food. You make sure you are protecting your food. Place the food in a place where the ants don't come. Make some extra effort to preserve whatever you want to preserve, but don't kill. Always make effort not to kill. But certain situations you killed, or you are compelled to kill pest. So don't feel guilty about it. Do more good karmas and don't try to make it as a practice of killing.
Sir, one more question. Actually, when I started with the retreat, and when I started clasping my hands together, I feel immediately, they become very tight. The clasp is very, very firm. I just want to understand why it is happening.
When you are starting the meditation, you clasp it gently and your whole body is relaxed. Some people, they keep it like this tight. No, it should be totally relaxed and placed on your lap. Wherever you're comfortable, just be totally relaxed. But during the process of meditation, if it is getting stiff, that's okay. Why bother about it? Don't bother. Because during a lot of things happen in meditation. Your body goes through a lot of things. Your body goes through stiffness. You might feel shaking. You might feel whirling. All those are because of the energy movements, because of the cosmic energy flooding. And a lot of realignment, rebalancing is happening. A lot of self-healing is happening because of the flood of the cosmic energy. So that's perfectly fine. Don't worry about it.
This is Mira from Malaysia. Can a soul decide to take birth in another star nation or star world?
Yes, possible. Depends on the points, the frequent flyer points. Depends on the good karma the soul has. If you have more frequent flyer points, you can travel, you can fly any airline, you can go to any country. Yes or no? So it depends on what good karma you have in your account. The more you have good karma, the more you have eligible to travel to any dimension in accordance to for your soul evolution. But if you don't have much good karma, you don't have much choices. But it is possible, yes.
Do they incur karma in the star nations also?
It depends on the project they are going on. Of course, you cannot simply go to a particular star system. You should have a particular project. Either you are on a research project to gather some data or to report something. So there should be a certain project. So every project has a certain terms and conditions. So it depends. It is subjective. Yes, but before you can do that, you have to finish off the earth lessons. That is important. You cannot be stuck on the earth lessons and you cannot do interdimensional travel. If you're still in violence and killing, you don't understand the basic law of karma, you don't understand spiritual laws, you have not yet graduated the earth syllabus. Without graduating the earth syllabus, you cannot go to the higher dimensions. It is like this. Without graduating from the school, you cannot go to university. So that basic eligibility is needed.
Good morning. My name is Daljit and I'm calling from Perth. I've been in this journey for a few months now. And after doing this, I experienced kind of a sound in my head, which is going on like constant 24/7. So when I'm practicing Mona or when I'm quiet, it gets louder and louder. Since you're very knowledgeable, so I want to know what stage it is and what's next. I don't know. So if you can answer that, please.
You practice Mauna?
I like to be quiet. Yes. I can't say that it's complete silence for the whole day, but I like to be quiet. Yeah.
You practice Mauna tomorrow, day after. And if at all you notice this inner voice loud, and if it is, you have to see if it is disturbing you. Is it disturbing you? You feel
it's not disturbing me, but it's like a kind of a vibration or a frequency that is like, it's like tetanus all the time that's going on. Earlier I was getting disturbed by it, but now I've learned to come in terms with it.
That's fine. Sometimes your inner senses gets activated. You notice a certain inner pulse or vibration. So your inner senses also gets activated the more you do meditation. So nothing to worry about it. So continue meditation.
Thank you.
Okay. And if at all you feel disturbed about any certain words or certain statements coming in your mind, so then write it down. Write it down. And whenever you feel disturbed, come back to the breath. Just sit for meditation and just be with your breath. That will help you. But I think in your case, it's the subtle vibrations getting activated. Your inner senses getting activated.
Yes, I do. Like initially when I started with the meditation, I was getting visions which have stopped and I'm not chasing them anyways. But I'm trying to get in terms with it, and hopefully it's going to be for the good and proceed further from there.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Sometimes it happens like if the higher masters or the star beings or evolved beings from the other dimensions, they want to contact you or they want to communicate something with you. So your inner senses has to be activated for that. So you will notice certain kind of vibrations, inner vibrations. The vibrations are not from outside, but from it is inside. So these things I went through in the year 2013-14. I used to listen to certain sounds and vibrations, not from outside, but from inside. So that was an indication that the star beings want to communicate to me, and I will sit in meditation. So those conversations, contacts, yeah. So not to be worried, focus on meditation. But again, no expectations. Don't expect that you are going to receive some communication, you are going to meet somebody. Forget about it. Let it happen. If it doesn't happen, you are least bothered. But you are just making yourself comfortable. That's all.
मेडिटेशन के समय बहुत ज्यादा थॉट्स आ रहे हैं. 3-4 दिन से ऐसा हो रहा है कि बहुत थॉट्स आ रहे हैं जो मेरे को डिस्टर्ब कर रहे हैं मेडिटेशन के समय. ये मेरा क्वेश्चन है.
It is natural, madam. Everybody gets thoughts. Actually the word you get thoughts is wrong. You don't get thoughts in meditation. Many people say, sir, I close my eyes, I get thoughts. No, that is not correct. The thoughts are already there. Just because they close the eyes, they start meditating, they don't get thoughts. The thoughts are already there. They were never conscious of it. They were never aware of it. But when they close the eyes for the first time and they are with the breath, for the first time they realize, oh my God, I have so many thoughts. So in meditation, you don't get thoughts. In meditation, you for the first time, you realize you have so many thoughts. And that is the case for everybody. For every beginner of meditation, it is the case. So practice. Okay. Practice is the only way. The most important is don't open your eyes. Come what may, don't open your eyes. Don't remove the finger lock. These 2 points you remember and practice. Naturally, the thoughts disappear.
Okay.
You have to come back to the breath. Come back to the breath. The moment you will be closing your eyes and observing, all of a sudden you realize, oh, I'm thinking. So that moment you realize you are thinking, immediately come back to the breath. Don't fight with the thoughts.
No.
Don't fight with the thoughts. Don't worry about the thoughts. Don't go behind the thoughts. Simply, immediately come back to your breath. When you come back to your breath immediately, that is called cutting the thoughts. It happens in the beginning. This is again stages. When you are meditating for the first time, you are meditating, you will notice thoughts, and then you come back, and you notice that you are getting into a no thought zone, a peaceful zone. And you will be meditating for 40 days, 1 month, 2 months, and you will be enjoying your meditation. You feel like, wow, yes, I become a meditator. And then suddenly you notice the thoughts are coming again, and you will be worried. I said, Hare Baba, what is happening? I thought I emptied my mind, I became a meditator. Again, these thoughts are coming.
Yes.
Those are deeper thoughts. In the first stage, the subtle thoughts comes, you observe the breath, and the mind becomes empty. It is like an onion. You peel the upper layer, then there is a deeper layer. Then there is a deeper layer. So thoughts also are like that. First, the superficial thoughts come. Then you practice more and more meditation. Then the deeper thoughts. Then further deeper thoughts. So again, the technique is the same. Go with the breath. Follow the breath. Follow the breath. And in the final stages, you will notice the thoughts are not disturbing you anymore, but the emotions are disturbing you. You are feeling very angry. You are feeling very agitated. You are feeling sexual. A lot of emotions. All these things disturb you. So again, you have to understand this is a cleansing process. This is everything. These things are natural in meditation. All the unwanted garbage should come out. It is like when you boil the water, the bubbles come from the bottom, it comes to the surface and it evaporates. Similarly, in this meditation process, because of the flood of cosmic energy, all the inner unwanted things, they come to the surface and then it disappears. So you have to trust the process. You have to trust the process. That is very important.
मेडिटेशन के समय गले में बहुत ज्यादा टिंगलिंग हो रही है, उसके बाद खांसी आती है.
Coughing, okay. So that is okay. That is also natural. During meditation, you receive a lot of cosmic energy and it goes all around your chakra system, your etheric body. And especially, if your throat chakra, there is some blockage in the throat chakra, you feel like coughing during meditation. You will be a normal, healthy person, but during meditation, you feel like coughing. That is nothing but activating of your throat chakra, the energy healing your throat chakra. So don't be worried. If at all you are feeling like coughing, you cough, finish it off, and then go with the breath. That's why I say it is important to drink a little bit of water before meditation so that your throat is not dry. Okay. It is perfect, madam. Healing process is happening. Don't worry about it.
I'm from Hyderabad and I'm an engineer by profession. So my question is, like when I'm doing meditation, I do this kind of self-talk in my mind, like I'm breathing in and I'm breathing out. So is this
wrong?
Okay. Okay, because otherwise I am unable to concentrate that I'm breathing in and breathing out.
You should not concentrate, madam.
Okay.
You don't concentrate. The breath is already happening.
Mm-hmm.
You just witness. When you're, for example, you are seeing a sunrise. Do you concentrate on the sunrise?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do when you watch a sunrise? You are just witnessing. The sun is already rising. The sun is constantly rising. You are just watching. You're just witnessing. You are not doing anything. You're just witnessing the beauty of the sunrise. So similarly, witness the beauty of the breath automatically going in and automatically coming out. It is already happening. You just witness the beauty of it. Flow with it. Follow it.
Okay. I just need to
Step back. It is important you become as passive as possible. That's why I say relax your body. Completely relax. Step back. No need to do anything. Become passive. Be a passive witness. In the beginning, you use a little bit of mind. In the beginning, you focus a little bit. But eventually, slowly, you have to become passive. It will naturally become passive.
So is egg also like non-veg food?
No eggs.
Okay.
Only food of love. Do you think the hen is laying eggs for you to consume? Do you think the hen is very happy?
Bad thing happens to good people. So if people are doing bad to us, how do we deal with it? And like if we are conveying this injustice which has which has been done to us to others, is that gossiping?
The very idea some injustice happened, that means you are ignorant. There is no injustice and there is no tragedy whatsoever. This is a great statement of Richard Bach. The depth of your belief in injustice and tragedy is the mark of your ignorance. Everything happens for a reason. If something is happening and you are feeling hurt, that means there is a reason behind it. You would have done something and you are getting back. Law of karma. So, law of karma is not a punishment. It is a beautiful learning tool. So, when you go through the pain, you realize that this is too much. No. So, when you realize the pain, you don't want to give that pain to another person. So, you are learning a lesson there. So, unless you experience the pain, how will you learn not to give the pain to another person? So, karma is to learn lessons. So, use every challenge in your life towards learning lessons and towards growth. No injustice, no complaints, no gossip. The moment you step into the house, take a shower. Okay. So it is natural. It is natural. Sometimes, you become sensitive the more you practice meditation. People become sensitive and they go out in the crowded places. They are bombarded with so much of energy. So that energy they are not comfortable with, because that's not positive energies. That's all more distorted energies. So you feel uncomfortable. So the first thing is, immediately as soon as you enter home, take a shower, take a long shower, and that will help you. The more you do meditation, the more you receive cosmic energy. And the more the energy you have, the very less you are affected. You see, you have very less energy, and the outside energy is dominating your energy. Then you feel tired, exhausted. But if you have more energy, then the outside energies, the impact of the outer energy will be minimum. You don't become immune, but the outer energies doesn't impact you anymore. You know what to do. Sometimes you feel tired, you take a shower, that's it, finished. You are least bothered with outside energies. So try to focus on doing more meditation. That is important for you, madam, if you want to come out of this problem. It's all about energy science, Sometimes it all depends on what energy you have. You go to certain places. For example, you enter a pyramid for the first time. You enter a meditation pyramid. And first time you enter, you feel, wow. Because the outside energy is more than your energy. So you feel that, wow. Okay. But if you're a regular meditator, you enter a pyramid, you don't feel wow. Because you already have that your energy is equal to the pyramid energy, or your energy is more than the pyramid energy. You don't feel wow, but you feel comfortable. That's all. You feel, yes, nice, comfortable. Similarly, you face a negative energy. You face an extreme negative energy, and you have more positive energy. You will be sensitive. You will feel the negativity. You will feel uncomfortable. You want to go away from that place. So your reaction to the outer depends on what kind of energy you have. What is the strength of energy you have? So you increase your inner strength. Then you are least bothered about the outside impact.
Mauna, can I start with, I'm a music teacher, so I can postpone the classes or do something, but my music sessions are not commercial, it's just a volunteer. So more than that, my question is, can I start with half a day? I wake up at 4:30, so from 4:30 until noon, can I start slowly? Because I have to make the family also get adjusted to me being silent.
Make all the necessary preparations so that you experience from the night till the next day, the day after morning. So that is a complete silence. So it is very important. It's not like you are half a day you are in silence, half a day you are not in silence. If you want to experience the intense mauna, the more the better. But of course you have certain situations and there is some emergencies. It's a too short notice. Then do at least a hybrid mauna. A hybrid mauna is you are opening your mouth only in emergency, or else you don't open it. That is a hybrid mauna. You can cruise through. It all depends on your sincerity.
How do we avoid the negative contact?
So the very idea somebody is throwing negative energy towards you is as if you are telling the universe you are a helpless person. So the very idea you think somebody is coming and throwing negative energy. Frequency attracts frequency. Law of resonance. You have a certain energy, you will attract that energy. Whatever you have inside you, you will attract that outside you. For example, you have attracted somebody in your life who have come and cheated you. You trusted that person and the person has come and cheated you. And you feel, I'm such a nice person, all my intentions are good. Okay, I never cheated in my life. Then how come this person comes and cheats me in my life? Why this great injustice? Why these negative people are coming in my life? Why they are coming and doing so many bad things to me? This is what a normal person thinks. But if you understand the truth, if you are a person with certain stillness, certain meditative energy, then you understand, okay, I am attracting this in my life. This is law of resonance. You have an energy of cheating inside you. That is the reason you have attracted that same energy. You might say, sir, I don't cheat. Yes, you don't cheat. You don't have 100%, but you might have 1%. You might have 2%, just that subtle 2%. You might have that subtle thoughts of cheating. This 1% of cheating energy attracts 100% cheater. It attracts a person who has 100% cheating energy. So anytime, our whole life is like mirror. It's all mirror reflections. All our relationships, all the people who come in our life, they are mirror reflections. They're coming and telling you, hey, this is what you are. Whatever you attract, that is what you are. So every time you feel some negativities coming towards you, so take responsibility. You are the reason for it. You remove the negativity inside you, then no negative energy will come near you. This is the truth, whether you like it or not, whether you accept it or not, whether you understand it or not, doesn't matter. The law exists. It is like this, whether the law of gravity exists. You drop something, it falls down. This is the law of gravity on the planet Earth. Whether you like it, whether you understand it, whether you accept it, doesn't matter. The law exists. But when you understand it, then you get the benefit out of it. Similarly, law of karma exists. Law of attraction exists. Law of resonance exists. Whether you like it or not, understand it or not, doesn't matter. It exists. So if you are attracting negativity in your life, you are a reason for it. You are the reason. So don't try to change the outside, change the inside. The moment you change the inside, the outer is changed. You go deep within and see what is that negativity inside you. What is that energy which disturbed you? Is the same energy you have it. Try to work on it. Once you shift your inner energy, then the outer is changed. We create our own reality. That is the truth. That is the greatest truth. We create our own reality. And we create our own reality based on what? Based on our desire patterns. Patterns. A pattern is something which keeps repeating again and again. So we create our own reality is half the statement. The complete statement is we create our own reality based on our desire patterns, based on our thought patterns, based on our decision patterns.
But as a human, everybody, nobody can be perfect, right? Like everybody will have.
There is a possibility, madam. Don't say nobody can be perfect. There is a possibility. There is a possibility. That's what Buddha has shown. That's what Jesus has shown. That's what Patanjali has shown. That's what Krishna has shown. They are living examples. If they can, why can't we? Krishna didn't speak verbally Gita. He was a living example. Krishna was a living example. Buddha was a living example. Jesus was a living example. Mahavir was a living example. All the great masters, they were living examples. They are not just talking parrots. They lived their life to show this is possible. So we have to take inspiration from all those masters.
तो मैंने आपको ये भी कहते हुए सुना है कि good karma and bad karma, they both bind us by iron chain or golden chain. So will it not bind us if we do good karmas?
So your question is, will it not bind us? Is that your question? Definitely it will bind you. That's why Krishna has spoken in Bhagavad Gita. Go beyond all the karmas. Krishna was a Satvika Guni. He doesn't want to kill his own uncles, brothers, and he dropped his Gandiva. Why should I kill, all those things? So he was a Satvika Guni. He's focused on good karmas. So Krishna said, hey Arjun, you don't know anything about yourself. So don't speak great things. Okay. Unless you become a yogi, Yogi Bhava Arjuna, unless you become a yogi, you don't understand. He said, you don't understand anything about you. You don't understand anything about you. Don't speak great things. I know everything about you and I know everything about myself. So unless you become a yogi, you will not understand. So become a yogi, Yogi Bhava Arjuna. That was his statement. So you have to become a nirguni, sir. Unless you become a nirguni, you cannot go beyond good karmas and bad karmas. Unless you become a meditator. Before meditation, what happens? All the Sattvika Guna people, they are good-hearted people. They have all the good intentions. So before meditation, they do physical service, like building schools, hospitals, giving food donation, vastradan, clothes donation. So they do all the services which are helpful physically. But the more you do physical service, it might help the people, but it is not going to solve the problem. They are going to be dependent again on you. If you give food today, tomorrow the same person will come and ask food. So he'll be dependent. So Sattvika Guna people, they do physical service. But when you become Nirguna, when you become Nirguni, then you will do only spiritual service. Okay. Spiritual service helps spiritually and also physically. Spiritual service, the difference between spiritual service and physical service. Physical service, there is a possibility of dependency. In spiritual service, you empower another person. You teach meditation. I say, you are the reason for your own problems. Go, do meditation. Clear off all your problems. It's your karma. Learn the lessons. No complaints. Go. You are on your own. Appo Deepo Bhava. You say, Appo Deepo Bhava. Be a light unto yourself. Wake up. Don't be in ignorance. So this is spiritual service. You teach meditation. You teach law of karma. You teach spiritual science, and you empower a person. You make a person a master so that he is no more dependent and he is liberated and it is permanent. Unless you become a nirguni, unless there is no I, when you are doing the service, spiritual service, there is no I and there is no doer. When you get into that state, then you go beyond bad or even good. That is liberation. Because if you do good karmas, you have to take birth again to enjoy that, to reap the benefits. So if you do bad karmas, you have to be born again to pay for it. If you do good karmas, you have to be born again to reap the benefits. But you become a nirguni and do spiritual service without that I am doing it. In Sakshi Bhav, in witness consciousness, then you are beyond all the karmas. And that becomes your last lifetime. Then you are ready to graduate. These are all stages, okay? To become a nirguni, a baby cannot be grown into an adult one day. There are stages. So like that, the soul also has many stages. So according to the level of the soul chooses its own next step. For example, if you are in level 5, you go to level 6, you cannot jump to level 10. Okay, so it's all stages by stages.
आपको मैंने ये भी कहते हुए सुना है कि अपने संचित कर्म में से कुछ भाग 10-20% we bring to the earth to learn the lessons.
No, it's not 10-20%. It's whatever appropriate in that lifetime.
Whatever appropriate. So, is it not possible to bring everything at once and finish off all the karmas and get liberation?
You will be collapsed. If you bring all the bad karmas in one lifetime, you will be collapsed straight away. There is no possibility to live life. So the soul brings according to its own capacity. For example, if it is a very old soul, very, very old soul, then the soul says, okay, I better finish here. So the old soul brings more karmas to finish off as quickly as possible. But a baby soul, a young soul, a mature soul, they cannot tolerate. It will collapse. So the amount of baggage you can carry depends on your soul strength, depends on your soul evolution. You would have taken 300 lifetimes and all the bad karmas in 300 lifetimes, you want to bring it in one lifetime and finish it off. Life will be collapsed. You cannot take the challenges.
सर बार बार पृथ्वी पर आने जन्म लेकर के आना, is it not risky? Because of our free will, we might go down also sometimes.
No, because see, you think to come to earth is a big challenge. You are thinking based on your experiences and challenges. But for the soul, it is a celebration. For the soul, it is a joy. For the soul, everything is an experience. Everything is a learning. See, what you see from the earth is totally different view what you see from the higher dimensions.
But because of free will, sir, is it not risky? Because Eunice, this birth, suppose I have got you.
It is
and
not
I have
at all
got
risky,
spiritual
sir.
master.
For a soul, it is a game. That's it. You see, I'll give you an example. Marriage is a risky, right?
Hmm.
Do you agree? Marriage? Are you married, sir?
Yeah, absolutely, sir.
Okay. So, is marriage not a risk?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay. Marriage is such a great risk. Two people, two different bodies, two different minds, two different goals. Everything is different. Two people coming together and living under the same roof. Such a great risk. But why do people take that risk? Because more than the risk, there is certain experiences. There is certain learning in the marriage. There is a certain beauty in the marriage. So they take the risk. Knowing it is a risk, they take the risk. Okay. So the soul knows, before the soul incarnates, the soul knows planet Earth is such an ugly place. Planet Earth is such a disastrous place. Since the moment you are born, your parents torture you. Okay. In the name of conditioning, in the name of discipline, everybody dominates you. This education system, the society, the school, everything is so ugly. The soul knows. The soul knows it is a great disaster going to planet Earth. But in spite of it, the soul wants to come because these challenges provide a great learning opportunity. So knowing it is a great risk, the soul wants to come. The soul chooses to come. The soul is desperate to come.
I have a question on the performing rituals after soul departs. So my father and mother passed away. So I've been performing rituals for years, and I need to know how it's going to help them in their soul journey. And am I helping them in a way to remove their karmic baggage?
Rituals you do for the departed ones are completely waste of time. And not only it is waste of time, sometimes it is dangerous. I would say sometimes it is not, instead of using the word dangerous, I would say it doesn't serve the purpose. It goes anti. For what intention you are doing, it does the opposite. The higher can help the lower. A 10th class student can help a first standard student. Is it possible? In his education, a 10th class can help the first standard. But the first standard student cannot help the 10th standard student in his studies. It is not possible. So the nature of affair is the higher can help the lower, but the lower can never help the higher. A person who is departed, again, it depends on the soul, the departed person, at what level of evolution he is in. If he is an old soul, a person who is departed is a mature soul, is an old soul, then he doesn't stay here. He immediately goes to the higher worlds because he understands his time is up and this is all Maya. I have come here to learn the lessons. Earth is a school. I finished my school and now I'm going back home. So he doesn't waste time. The old souls don't waste time. They go back. And whatever the rituals you do here is of no use because what you do on the earth impacts the people on the earth plane, not on the higher dimension plane. The earth is a lower frequency. The astral worlds are higher frequency. So when a person departs, they go to the astral worlds. So once we have 7 bodies, once you drop the physical body, then you are in the astral body. So if you are in the astral body, you go to the astral worlds. So whatever the rituals you do on the physical doesn't help in the astral. The lower cannot help the higher. So all the rituals you do is simply waste, is of no use. And karma is not a punishment. Everybody has to take care of their own karma. Karma is more of taking responsibility. So you say that you want to help clear their karma. No, everybody has to clear one's own karma. And you do karma on the planet Earth that cannot be cleared in the astral. Whatever the karma you do on the earth, you have to clear it on the earth only. So that means you have to take one more birth to clear here. Earth karmas cannot be cleared in the astral worlds.
Okay.
And another point is, I'll tell you some examples, very funny examples. I know somebody from Singapore or Taiwan, some countries might be here in the participants. Singapore has this culture, they have a festival, a day they call the Hungry Ghost Day. So what they do on that particular day, they burn a lot of paper cash. They burn the paper cash, they burn a lot of cars made of paper like Mercedes, Audi. Lot of cars made of paper, lot of currency, just paper, fake, they burn it. They believe the currency they burn here goes to them in the higher world so that they might need this currency there. They do it. It is an old practice in China, but they still do it in Singapore. In China, they stopped doing, but in Singapore, they're doing because the migrants, they have migrated hundreds of years ago. So they still maintain this practice. And even in India, this kind of things happen. On a particular day, they prepare food, keep the clothes, and they believe if they give the food to a Brahmin here, do some rituals, they give the food here and they will get it. They give the clothes here, that is a good karma, and this good karma will go there. This transfer business doesn't happen, sir. Banking transfers happen on the planet Earth within the physical currency, but the karma cannot be transferred between Earth and the astral. It's not possible. It's all the lack of understanding of the science. So I've told you about one aspect. Let me tell you another aspect. Suppose the soul is not evolved, the departed person is a not evolved soul. It's an infant soul or a baby soul or a young soul, where they are too much attached to the body, they are too much attached to the property, family, they're too much attached to the physical things. If that kind of soul departs, then the soul wants to stick on to the earth because they think this is real. Normally, the evolved soul will immediately understand the situation and go back to the higher worlds. But if the soul is not evolved, if it is physically attached, then the soul tries to be here on the earth space. It makes every effort to be here. Even though they don't have the body, they want to be here. So they are in transition. They are neither on the physical 100% nor they are on the astral 100%. They are in between, hanging around. So when you do certain rituals, when you put the photos of the departed ones and pray, oh, you are going to take care of my family, your blessings are needed, your support is needed, your ashirvad is needed, and you do a lot of pujas, rituals, you bow down to them, then that soul believes that they should be here to take care of you. Even though they cannot take care of you, they feel energetically the presence should be there. So these souls, they are stuck. The more you do rituals, the more you do prayers, they are stuck here on the lower worlds. They cannot graduate. They cannot go to the higher worlds completely. So your rituals and your belief and your prayers are making those departed ones stuck in their evolution. And that is a great bad karma for you. Because of your actions, their evolution is hampered. So the karma comes back. Your evolution also will be hampered. What you do comes back to you. So there should be absolutely no rituals whatsoever. Yes, you can have a gratitude prayer meeting. Yes, you can have a gratitude after somebody departs, gather gratitude, give a send off, farewell. I say, okay, we'll meet you on the other side. Enjoy, tata bye. Because there is no death.
Pradeep sir, how do we help them move to the higher dimension?
You cannot help. That is what I'm trying to say. The lower cannot help the higher. You see, there is a department in the astral worlds. There is a specialized department who takes care of the transitioning process. So their role is to come and assist to take the souls to the higher planes. There is a specialized team. There is a specialized department who help in this transitioning. They take care of it. They help it. But you as a human cannot do anything. You might ask a situation, sir, I can see my departed ones always around me. I can feel it. How can I help? That might be a possibility. What part you cannot help? You see, whether they want to receive the help or not, it's their choice. You might close your eyes, sit in meditation and make the place more positive so that those souls, they are not hanging around here. And you might say, if somebody is trying to contact you, your departed ones are trying to contact you in your dreams, in your meditation, you can tell them, go back, don't get stuck, go back to the higher worlds. You can tell them, energetically you can speak to them. But it is their choice whether to go or not. Some souls who are stuck, we call it as earthbound souls or ghost. Okay. So these souls, they are not actually, we use the term ghost, but they are ignorant people. They feel earth is the reality and they get stuck here. So those souls, they are not ready to go to the higher dimensions. This specialized team, this specialized department people, these angels, they come and they persuade them, hey, your time on the earth is finished. You please come back. You come back. They persuade them. But these people, they are adamant. They don't want to go. So as long as they are adamant, nobody can help them. Even the angels, they will wait. They will say, okay, whenever you are ready, we will come. So they wait. So angels themselves cannot help those people. What can you help sitting on the earth plane?
How many years it would take for them to reincarnate?
It all depends on what karmic baggage they have. It all depends on what lessons they want to learn. And it all depends on the availability of the suitable parents on the planet. It all depends on multiple factors. First, the suitable parents has to be identified. A proper conditions environment has to be set. And they are ready to incarnate and they're ready to learn the lessons. So it depends on a lot of factors. You cannot say how much time. But on an average, the time spent on the planet Earth is very less compared to the time they spend on the astral worlds and the mental worlds and the causal worlds. They spend more on the higher dimension before the reincarnation.
Whenever I started in meditation, after I started meditation, I started hearing these noises, like someone stepping on metal whenever I go to sleep. But my parents can't hear that noise.
Yes.
Only with my left ear, but not with my right ear.
Right. Yes, correct. So what's your question? Yes, it is natural. You hear and they don't hear. I understand. It is possible.
Yeah, but what does that mean? Yeah, why do I hear those noises?
Children, they are sensitive and they have the abilities to feel, see or hear certain metaphysical things. Okay. So it is quite natural for a child to see the departed ones or to see the other dimension people or to see the invisible beings. It is quite natural. So whenever a child is expressing those things, you please don't disregard. Please be sensitive and listen to them very carefully. And there are basically, your concern is two kinds of energies, whether the energy which is coming, is it a divine positive energy or it's a low frequency energy. So this is your main concern. Yes, so if it is a divine energy, if it is an angelic energy, then the children feel good. They don't feel bothered. They don't feel disturbed. So that means they are higher masters, higher beings, angelic beings, fairies, nature spirits. They come and the children feel. Sometimes you notice the babies, they laugh in their dream. Okay, so it is because of these fairies, angels, they come and they play with them. So they feel it. So they laugh in their sleep. So sometimes the children, they get disturbed also and they feel it is very annoying, very disturbed. They feel tired when they get up and they don't feel comfortable with certain energies. So that means it is not positive energy which they are experiencing. So the first is you have to cleanse the space. How do you cleanse the space? Make sure there is absolutely no meat, no garlic in the house whatsoever. Okay.
Or no garlic.
Okay. No garlic also. Right. And then the next, spend more time in meditation, sitting in the room where he's sleeping or where he's getting disturbed. In that particular room, okay, you do more meditation. As parents, you do combine meditation along with the child. And hang pyramids. Wherever it's possible, hang pyramids around the house, and you can use crystals. Okay, for meditation, you can place crystals, pure quartz crystals. So you do all those things, and naturally the aura of the house, the energy of the house gets amplified. And when the energy of the house is so positive, so good, the negative energies cannot enter the house.
But I let him still continue the meditation and just...
Yes. He has to continue meditation. He has to continue. He should not stop, because the very intention those energies are coming and disturbing him is so that he can stop meditation. Because the more he is doing meditation, the more the place is getting cleansed, so they are getting disturbed. So he should do more meditation so that they go once for all.
When we do meditation, we should be in a state, we only concentrate on our breath, but then when we focus on
no concentration, witness the breath.
Okay, witness the breath. So when we feel our body aching or any of the body parts itching, it means that our focus is still on the body.
Yes.
So and once I am done with the session, I feel heavy-headed, and I just want to know if I'm doing it wrong, and how do I know that it is working?
Come again with the question. You are feeling the body pains, and after that?
So it means that I'm still not concentrating. My concentration is on the body, right? That's why I'm feeling whatever.
It is a natural process. It is a natural process. In the first, you close your eyes, observe the breath, and then when you observe the breath, you feel the flood of energies, and you feel a lot of body pains. Okay, this is a self-healing process. You have to cross that stage, and until you cross that stage, pain is inevitable. You have to go through it. You have to bear it, because that is a healing process. And during the healing process, you go through a lot of pain, and your awareness is on the body level. So that is the healing process, which is perfectly fine. And once the healing completely finishes, then only you can go into no thought state.
Okay. So there is no wrong thing. Or
you are doing the right thing. Okay. So when your physical body is going through the healing process, your awareness, you will go through so much pain, and your awareness is on the body level. In that moment, the awareness is on the body level. That is perfect. That is right. But you do every day, regularly, sincerely, then sooner or later, you finish the healing process. Then there is no more pains. Then bring the awareness back to the breath, and then you go into the empty mind state. Okay, while you are going through the body pain, as you are witnessing the pain in the body, you simultaneously witness the breath. It has to be a simultaneous. Your awareness is on the body, but your awareness is on your breath also. Then you are doing the right meditation.
मैं तो PSSM से जुड़ रही तब से मुझे लग रहा है कि मैं कुछ रिचुअल्स नहीं करूं. ऐसा लगता है कि सब छोड़ दूं और ये मैं सिर्फ मेडिटेशन करूं. मानस ध्यान तो मुझे बोला है, वो मैं मानस ध्यान लिखा भी है और उसके हिसाब से मैं करती हूँ. लेकिन मैं क्या करूं, मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. मुझे तो मेडिटेशन ऐसे लगता है मैं कुछ नहीं करूं और सिर्फ मेडिटेशन करूं.
आपका दिल का आवाज सुनो. कैसे सुनना, दिल का आवाज कैसे सुनना, वो तरीका है. मैं अभी बता दूंगा. You see, how to listen to the heart. So basically the lady is asking question, there are so many guidance and do this and do that, what to do. I said listen to the heart. So how to listen to the heart? See, our awareness is mostly on the body, mind and intellect level. And if you want to listen to your heart, it's not like you are focusing your awareness to the heart. No, you sit in deep meditation, empty the mind, no thoughts, nothing, empty the mind. Sit for 1 hour, 2 hours, completely get into the no thought state. And after, when you get into the no thought state, your awareness is on the heart level. So after you do the meditation, in the meditation, after you empty the mind, whatever you feel in the heart is right for you. But you have to empty the mind. You have to empty the mind. You can do it as a short practice also. If you're a regular meditator, you can just close your eyes and meditate for 15 minutes, meditate for 20 minutes, just empty the mind. And after that, when you open the eyes, what you feel in your heart, you follow it.
तो उनकी अवज्ञा तो नहीं होगी ना, उनका ऑर्डर मैंने ये किया ऐसा तो नहीं होगा.
No way. You have to remember this statement, madam. At any given lifetime, the only obligation you have is to be true to yourself. You please remember this statement and underline this statement. It is a very, very important statement. You are not obligated to anybody. In any lifetime, you are not obligated to any gurus, any spiritual masters, your parents, your wife, your children. You are not obligated to anybody. At any given lifetime, your only obligation is to be true to your own self.
I've been continuously in the corporate world for about 12 years or so. I've always had this thought that probably I can be a healer. I've always been inclined also towards such things. But there's a constant confusion and tussle in head. can I quit my career and get into this?
When there is a conflict between mind and heart, there is always a conflict between mind and heart. Follow your heart. At any cost, for any consequences, follow your heart.
Heart keeps giving, conflicting answers. Sometimes
Heart will never give conflicting answers. Okay, sometimes the mind, the very nature of the mind is to give conflicting solutions and answers. So you think your mind is your heart, the voice you hear from the mind, you think it is your heart. No, unless you empty the mind, you cannot listen to your heart. Unless you empty the mind, you cannot listen to your heart, not possible. So sit in meditation, empty the mind. And in that empty mind, what you feel is what your heart is telling you. Your soul, your higher self guides you through feelings. And people get confused. Sir, how do I know whether it is my feeling or whether it is my thought?
Yeah.
So unless you empty the mind, you cannot connect your heart feelings.
Because
unless you empty the mind, you cannot listen to your heart. So the first step is do more meditation, madam. Then naturally you know what you want to do. I am not going to give you the answers.
No, I understand. Yeah, but actually, I love my work also. So I think more confusion happens because of that.
Naturally, you have to sort it out. Confusion means conflicting. That is the definition of confusion. Everybody goes through this process. Not only you, madam. Everybody goes through the process. Either to take left or to take right. Which direction to take?
Yeah.
Nobody is going to give you. Your own self will guide you through feelings. The more you do meditation, the more you become sensitive. The more you empty the mind, the more you have the eligibility, capacity, capability to listen to your heart. That capacity comes only when you meditate.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. For me, it took 4 years. I came into meditation. I came into the path of meditation. I was working as a software engineer in Australia, Melbourne. I was working for 6 months and I was teaching meditation for 6 months. Everything is okay, but still, I don't know what I should do full time. What is the career I should choose? It took 4 years. But in the first 1 year, I know what I should do. But the other 3 years is the preparation. Either I should do it or not. Because the heart will guide you, but your mind always takes you in the other direction. So there is always a conflict between heart and mind. So there came a day I said, enough is enough. Because the mind will give you a lot of reasons. If you quit the job, then money, children, your debts, house, you will come to the middle of the road. What will happen to your life? The mind will scare you in every possible way.
Yeah, true.
So I was going through this battle, heart and mind battle. And finally I said, come what may, I'll listen to my heart. And now I'm in front of you. And I'm proud of my decision. I'm proud that I listened to my heart.
Thank you. And I have this feeling that I can do a good job. Yeah. Like being a spiritual person. Thank you. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Yes. Follow your heart, madam.
While observing the breath in meditation, I feel like holding my breath. I don't know why this is happening.
You feel like holding?
Yeah.
How?
I don't want to breathe again. Like I want to hold the breath while I'm observing the breath.
Why, you got used to some Kumbhaka pranayams before? Were you doing some pranayams before?
Yeah, I'm doing pranayam.
So that is because of that, because you got used to it. Okay, so you should be with your natural breath. Okay, because of your own previous practice, it is giving you a certain resistance. So you have to make an effort to be with your natural breath. That is the only way. You see, pranayams, Kumbhaka pranayams, they have their own benefits.
Yeah.
But to go into a samadhi state, to go into a meditative state, you have to follow your natural breath. No other way.
Okay, sir.
So you have to make an effort to be with your normal breath.
Shall I get a crystal for myself during meditation? And how it will help me?
So your question is, do you want to get a crystal for doing meditation?
Yes, sir.
Or you want to manifest astrally during meditation?
Actually, that is my next question. Actually, I want that's what next question is. But they asked me only one question, so I stop it there.
Okay. So let us stick on to the first question then. So crystals help in meditation. So you don't need to, when you're going for a crystal, you have to be very careful. In the outside market, there are a lot of fake crystals. right? So it is better to get a crystal from a right person, from a right spiritual person who has the right energy. Through that person, you get a crystal. And crystals, the very nature of the crystal is the crystal absorbs energy and it amplifies energy and radiates energy. Okay, so crystals like pyramids help in meditation. Similarly, crystals also help in meditation. You get more energy, and the crystals take you to a meditative state quickly compared to without crystals. So it's like a tools, they are just tools. It is not necessary. It is not necessary for meditation, but with those tools, you can help yourself in the meditative journey. In the meditation journey, you can help yourself. Like pyramids help you in meditation, crystals help you in meditation, the nature energies help you in meditation, the full moon energies help you in meditation, the group energies, group meditation help you. So these are all tools, but it is not necessary. Whenever there is availability, you use it. But crystals do help in meditation in a way that you receive more cosmic energy.
Can I become a crystal?
You are a crystal, whether you like it or not. You are a crystal, but you don't know yet you are a crystal.
I don't know, that's why.
You don't know yet, but you are a crystal. We are all crystals. And enlightenment means to realize that we are crystals. What is the nature of a crystal? The nature of a crystal is to be pure, to be transparent, beautiful, multidimensional. That is our very nature. We are all crystals. When you realize that you are a crystal, you are enlightened.
So from childhood, we have been learning and a lot of teachings, whether it is Kabir Ji, Farid Baba, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Mirabai, Kabir Das. Everybody meditate through name and with a lot of love. And they say to be absorbed in love throughout the day and remember him. But in this, we are emptying our mind and just constant or just witnessing the breath. Just need your guidance here.
The more you empty the mind, the more you become capable to love unconditionally. The more you do meditation, the more you understand what is love, and the more you radiate love unconditionally.
So we'll get more love emotions.
You won't get love emotions. You radiate love. You are love. So for that, you have to empty the mind. When the mind is active, there is no love radiating from your heart. When your mind is disturbed and troubled, you cannot feel your own heart. You cannot feel your own vibrations. You cannot accept yourself. You cannot love yourself. Unless you accept your own self, unless you love your own self, you are not capable to love another person. How much ever you love yourself, that is exactly the same capacity you can love another person. How much you can accept yourself unconditionally, that is exactly the same capacity you can accept another person. It all begins with self-love, self-acceptance. So the more you do meditation, the more you are accepting yourself, the more you are loving yourself. The more you love yourself, the more you become capable to love another person. It begins with self-love. This is the teachings of Guru Nanak sir.
But
okay.
But about meditating throughout the day, then name
meditation. You in the beginning days you make an effort to sit and meditate, and when you do it sincerely, regularly, then naturally whatever you do becomes mindful. You do it in a mindful state. So some people call it as a meditative state. So any action you do, it becomes mindful. You are 100% focused. So meditation becomes part of your life. In the beginning, you have to make an effort. And if you do sincerely, seriously, then meditation becomes your part of life, very natural.
So I just want to meditate during the working hours also. Will it be okay if I take a 10 minutes of meditation and then the work?
You mean 10 minutes break in your work?
Yes.
Yeah, perfectly fine. But try to do your work mindfully. That will help you. Of course, you can take a 10 minutes break. You can take a 5 minutes break, close your eyes and meditate. You can meditate for 5 minutes, 10 minutes also. No problem. That will relax you. That is more for relaxation, not to empty the mind. To empty the mind, you need intense, deep meditation.
But when I meditate,
yes, you can meditate for 10 minutes, 5 minutes during the break.
Okay.
But I would suggest be mindful during the work.
Okay. When I meditate at home, I feel sometimes that I got slept and again I come back.
That is natural. It is called Yoga Nidra. You are doing correct. Don't feel guilty, sleep happily. But the moment you receive sufficient amount of energy, automatically you become awake. So when the moment you become awake, that is the time you focus on your breath and continue meditation.
One of the friends passed away, but their daughter-in-law is expecting next month. Could it be like the reincarnation of the soul, even when 8 months of the pregnancy is gone? Could it be next month?
The chances are very, very less, because the soul, after vacating the physical body, it has to go to the astral worlds, and they spend a lot of time in the astral worlds, going through the astral lessons, and after that they go to the mental worlds, and then they go to the causal worlds, and again from the causal worlds they do intense planning to find suitable parents and plan for the entire life and lessons, and then they incarnate. So to immediately come back, the possibilities are very, very less. For example, the soul spends 80-90 years here on the physical. They spend more time in the astral. In the astral worlds, there is no time as such. But I'm telling you, in the earth time, they spend more time in the higher dimensions. So the possibility the earth coming back very, very quickly is very less, unless the soul has a particular soul contract and it's a baby soul, infant soul, and it is so earth bounded, it has to come back quickly. And unless there are certain exceptional cases, it is not possible.
How can I help my family member who is going through a pain which is impacting the entire family, and the person is not really cooperating with us? But I do want to make sure that as a family we are going through a good phase. Unfortunately, with meditation, or how can I make sure the environment is not very agony or very suffering or painful?
Everybody has to help themselves. How can you help another person? Apo Deepo Bhava. Only if you want self-transformation, if you are sincere towards your own self-transformation, of course you help yourself. If the other person is sincere to learn meditation, you teach meditation. The only way you can help your family members is to teach meditation. If they are not interested to do meditation, then what can you do? You cannot do. So the only help you can do to your own self is to do more meditation. The only help you can do to others is teach meditation. That's all.
So we've been taught not to waste food, right? So in the process of preparing fresh food every day, we'll obviously try to make food only for that day. But then if we are left with leftovers and things like that, I feel so guilty throwing away the food, right? So how do I manage such situations?
First of all, you should cook only to whatever you need. So you cannot overcook. So you should cook mindfully. You cannot cook too much quantities and waste food. You should cook mindfully. That's why in cutting vegetables, you should be mindful. In cooking, you should be mindful. So when you practice this mindfulness, there is no possibility that you will cook too much. And if at all some food is getting wasted for some XYZ reason, some food is getting left over. Since you said you are from Bangalore, there are so many animals, cats, dogs, birds, you can feed them. Okay, but if you are in a situation where legally the law doesn't allow you, in some Western countries, we cannot feed animals. So in that case, make the lesson, okay, today I have wasted, but tomorrow I will not do this mistake. Tomorrow I will cook only to the sufficient amount. So with that learning, with that lesson, with that promise that you will not waste again, better to throw in the bin. Your body is not your dustbin. Just because the food is getting wasted, you cannot put the food in your body. Your body is not the dustbin. Okay, so learn the lesson not to waste the food. That is the most important, and cook accordingly. And if it is a possibility, you can feed the animals, then that's fine. That is not a waste of food. Whatever you are cooking, whatever the leftovers you are giving to dogs, cats, birds, it is not a waste.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes. All right, friends. Thank you very much.